Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to go through a full length class. So we're going to work lots of different areas of our body. So lots of core work today, as well as some upper body and leg work as well. So we're going to start by warming up in standing, and then we're going to come down onto our mats, onto our fronts, then moving around onto our sides and then onto our backs. So lots of different exercises we're going to cover today. Remember, always go to a level that suits you, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy the class. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet are that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight coming onto the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just gently forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. That weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Good. Knees are soft, not locked back. Hands up into your pelvis, very gently. We're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just a gentle movement forwards and back. And just look to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis again is that nice neutral position. Lovely. Core gently engaged, ribs soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Fantastic. So bring those elbows into your side, neck staying long, shoulders down. We're going to just open out through our chest. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to open those hands out, squeezing the shoulder blades gently back and folding back. Good. And again, opening out, squeezing gently back and folding back in. Good. Opening out and folding back. Good. Squeezing the shoulder blades gently back and folding in. So breathe out as you open out. Breathe in as you fold back. Good. Opening out and breathe in as you fold back. Good. And again, breathing out, breathing as you fold back. So just opening out through that chest, just gently squeezing those shoulder blades just gently together as we open wide those hands. Lovely. And back. Good. A few more here. Opening out and folding back. Good. Lovely. One more. Opening out, squeezing gently back, folding back in, and relax those arms back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to challenge our balance a little bit now. So still keep those feet that hip width distance, and we're going to float our hands up to shoulder height. Come up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet, and lower back down. Good. Float those hands back up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, floating up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. And again, floating up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, floating up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. So a little bit of balance, keep that core engaged. So lowering back down. Now this time, we're going to float our hands all the way up to the ceiling, up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Now keep those knees, that hip width distance apart. Make sure they're not knocking in or widening. We're keeping that distance, so those knees are going over those toes. That's it, good. And lower down, well done. Floating up onto those toes, bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. And again, floating up onto those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Good. Last few. Lifting up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and down. Lovely. One last time. Reaching up on those toes. Bend the knees, lower the feet and lowering back down. Well done. Relaxing those arms. Okay, so we're going to turn around to our side onto the mat here. And we're going to go into our lunge movement. So I want you to step forwards with one leg, other leg behind. And we're going to drop down with our knees, lift our hands, and come back down. Good. Breathing out and lifting up. Good. So dropping down just as far as comfortable, keeping those knees going over the toes in that line. Good. Dropping down, reaching at the same time up with those arms and up, down. Good. Obviously, the lower you go, the harder it is. So if that feels a little bit much, just take that a little bit shallower here and lift up. Good. Dropping down and up. Well done. Reach down and lift up. Last couple here. And back up. And one more. And up from there. Very good. Bring that leg back. We're going to switch sides. So opposite leg reach forward. And we're going to drop down into that lunge and lift up. Keeping that knee going over those toes and then back up. So nice and controlled through that leg. Still keeping that core gently engaged as we're dropping down and lifting up. Dropping down, nice and controlled. Remember, the lower you go, the harder that is. So just make that a little bit shallower here. that feels more comfortable. Reaching up with those arms at the same time we drop down. Good. Last few. Good. And one more. And then slowly coming back up. Bring that leg back. Well done. Okay, so we're going to do a pendulum movement with our legs now. So really keeping that control through our core. That core's gently engaged. We're going to lift one leg and just bring it forward and glide it back. Now if that feels too much, you can just keep that toe kind of tapping onto the floor, or if you can, we're going to flex the foot and just swing that leg forward and swing it back. So just a nice controlled pendulum movement, keeping that control through that centre and keeping it up nice and tall as we're controlling that movement. Now you'll find that that leg you're standing on is working really hard to support you, so that's just as hard. That bottom squeezing to take that leg back, so really kicking in those glutes there as well. Good. Swinging forward, swinging back. Lovely. Last few here. Swinging forward, swinging back. Well done. Keep that control, keep that core engaged. Good. One more. Swing forwards, swing back, and then back down. Very good. Okay. Let's do the same on the other side. So core engaged. We're going to reach forwards, reach back. If you can, then we're going to flex the foot so we can just gently swing forwards and back. Keeping that core engaged through that centre, keeping up nice and tall. So swinging forward, swinging back. Good. This leg here is working really hard to support you as you're gliding forwards, gliding back with that leg, really engaging those glutes as you go back. Well done. My core's still engaged, I'm nice and tall, well done. Few more, really feeling it in that leg you're standing on particularly. Good. Forwards, and back. And one more. Forwards and back, and then lower back down. Well done, relax those legs. Okay, so bring those feet still like hip width distance apart. We're just going to roll down from here. So breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to tuck that chin down and just slowly curling down through that spine, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Now, when we get here, I want you just to soften at the knees, relax those hands down on the floor. And with your right hand, I just want you to reach up towards the ceiling, looking with that head as far as you can go, and then come back down. Same with your left hand. We're going to reach up to the ceiling, look to that hand with that head, and then come back down. Good. And then we're going to slowly roll back up, breathing out, back up into standing. Very good. Okay, let's do that again. So breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor, relaxing down from here. Soften those knees, and just with that right hand, we're going to reach up, look up to the ceiling, come back down. And with the left hand, reaching up, looking up to that hand, and then back down. Breath in, and as you breathe out, gently peeling slowly back up into standing. Well done. Okay, so let's just do a roll down here. So breath in, as you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just slowly bring those hands down towards the floor, just curling down into that C shape. We're just staying here for this one. Breath in, and then as you breathe out, just slowly peeling, restacking that spine back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling down slowly towards the floor. And breath in at the end here, and then as you breathe out, restacking that spine gently back up into standing. Good, so make sure you're at the end of your mat because we're going to walk down into our downward dog position in a second. So breath in. One more here, so we're going to roll down, curling down slowly down towards the floor, just as far as you're comfortable, and then just soften at those knees, and we're going to walk our hands out into that downward dog position here. Now from here, we're going to give our calves a nice stretch, so we're going to drop one heel down and coming back, and then the opposite heel sinking down. So just alternating sides, and we're just sinking that heel down into the mat and lifting back up. So sinking down and up. So just dropping the heel onto that mat, coming back up, sinking down. Good. And we're alternating side to side from here. dropping the heels down, lift up and sinking down. Good, sinking down, side to side. One more each side. Good, and then coming back to that centre. And then just drop those knees down onto the mat here. Now in this 4-point kneeling position, my hands are underneath those shoulders, knees under those hips. We're just going to gently do a cat stretch just to mobilise our spine a little bit further. So you're going to tuck that head under, arching up, and then dropping down, extending through the spine. Arching up, dropping down, extending the spine. Good, and then flexing, tucking that head under, arching up through that spine, and then drop down, look forwards. Good, and drop down, look forwards. Last few. Drop down, look forwards, lovely. And let's just do one last one here, tucking that head under, and then dropping down, coming back into that centre position, lovely. And then from here, we're going to come down onto our fronts, and we're going to continue the class here. Okay, so we've come down onto our front, so we're going to continue from here. If you've got a small block or towel, you can just place that under your head, just under that forehead to support that there. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to work through our legs. Just make sure that core is engaged, that belly button just gently drawn up towards your spine. Just tucking that tailbone under so we're still in that neutral position with our pelvis as well. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to start with a one leg kick movement. So to begin with, we're going to bend at the knee and we're going to flex, point, flex at the ankle and lower back down. Good, and opposite side. So flex, point, flex and lower. Good, so we're really moving that ankle up and down as well. So we bend the knee, flex, point, flex at the ankle and lower back down. So we're going to repeat this, alternating sides. So we flex, point, flex and lower. Now keeping that core just gently engaged, just that 20% remember, just keeping that activation there. Good, and again, flex, point, flex and lower. Flex, point, flex through the ankle and lower down. So really move with purpose, okay? So really a little bit of enthusiasm through with those ankles. Good, and again, flex, point, flex and lower. Now if that's feeling comfortable, on this next one we can add a little extension through our hip. So we go flex, point, flex, extend and lengthen through that leg. So it's one nice smooth movement. Extend and lengthen away, good. So we go flex, point, flex, extend and lengthen away, good. And again, flex, point, flex, extend and lengthen. Good, so keep repeating here, extending through. Now really using those bottom muscles to lift and extend through that leg, well done. Reaching that toe away, good, and lengthening the leg as you lengthen it down, good. So nice, smooth, fluid movement, good. Flex, point, flex at the ankle, extend and lengthen if you can. If that feels too much to extend the leg, just stick with that first level, good. And extend and lengthen, lovely. Extend and lengthen, very good. Last few here, extending and lengthen. So just really working through those legs, good. And again. Extend and lengthen. Let's do one more each side. Flex, point, flex, extend and lengthen. Good, and again. Extend and lengthen that leg back down. Well done, very good. Okay, so just leaving our legs, just having a little rest there. I'm going to work our upper bodies a little bit here. So I want you to bring your arms down by your side. This is where it's quite useful to have a towel or a pillow just resting under that forehead, keeping that neck nice and lengthened and in a line there. So lengthen through those arms, and we're just going to start by just squeezing those shoulder blades down and back, and then coming back down. So my shoulders are lifting, so I'm tucking those shoulders down and back. Well done, and lower back down. So really working those shoulder blade muscles here. So great for our posture. So lifting the shoulders, tucking down and back and lower back down. Now, if that's okay, as we lift, we're then going to just lift our hands off the mat, but not higher than my shoulders, and then lower back down. Good, and again, tucking those shoulder blades down and back, lifting my hands just level with my thighs, and then lower back down. It's really important that they don't go higher than those shoulders because that really changes the exercise. Good, and again, tucking the shoulders down and back, lifting those hands. Good, and lowering down. Excellent, and again, tucking the shoulders down and back, lifting. It's a great exercise if you're often at a desk. Really work these muscles. They can get a little bit achy when we're sitting for long periods of time, so it's just really great to work these. Good, tucking the shoulders down and back, just lifting those hands there, good, and slowly lowering down. And again, tucking those shoulders down and back, lift those hands, and lowering down. Now on to this next one, if you can, either stay there, or we're going to tuck those shoulders down and back, lift those hands, and we're just going to pulse these hands here. So just breathing in, and out, still breathing in, and out. Make sure that core is still engaged, just pulsing those hands, good, breathing in, and out. And then just lower those shoulders back down. Very good, well done. Let's see if we can do one more with those pulses if you can. So we're going to tuck those shoulders down and back, raise my hands, keep them lengthened, and we're going to pulse those hands. So breathing in and out, pulsing those hands, still keeping that core gently engaged. Just lift it up towards that belly button, just lift it up towards that spine there, good. Pulsing those hands, breathing in and out. And again, breathing in and out. And then lower those hands and lower those shoulders back down. Well done. So let's bring our hands back round and into that kind of L-shaped position here. And we're going to do a little Cobra Stretch, just a stretch into extension while we're here. So just have those feet just slightly wider than those hips here, and just relax those feet down. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, I'm going to lift my forehead, peel up my breastbone, and then just gently peel my ribs and then my tummy back off the mat. Breath in here to hold. Then as you breathe out, walking slowly back down, that breastbone down, and then that forehead back down onto the mat. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin in still, keeping that neck lengthened, just slowly peeling up just to where you're comfortable. It might be too much to come right up onto those hands, and that doesn't matter. Just go to where you're comfortable. Neck long, breath in. As you breathe out, walking that tummy and those ribs, breastbone back down onto the mat here. Good. And again, breath in. As we breathe out, tucking under, just slowly, nice and controlled, lifting up, lengthening through the top of that neck here. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just slowly walking, peeling down onto the mat. Very good. Let's do one last time. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, peeling slowly up into that extension position. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, just slowly coming back down onto the mat from here. Fantastic. So we're going to come up onto our knees here and just stretch out into our child pose position. So just reach those arms away. Just dropping that bottom down onto your heels, just as far as you're comfortable, and just sinking down. So take a nice breath in here, and as you breathe out, just relax down, sink down into that stretch. Breath in, and as you breathe out, sink down just that little bit further. And again, breath in, as you breathe out, sink down just that little bit further here, relaxing down into those shoulders as well. Very good. Okay, so we're going to move that block to the side. And if you've got a thicker block, then we'll use that there. I'm going to come down and round onto your sides here. So just using that block just to support my head, just to keep that neck in that aligned position. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start by working our core and those glutes a little bit with our side kick movement. So we're going to stretch out my leg here. Now, keeping that core engaged and those hips stacked, we're just going to glide this leg forwards and gliding it back. So gliding forwards and gliding back. If that feels a little bit much with that leg straight, we can do this with our knee bent. So we glide forwards and glide back. Good. So if that leg's straight though, we're going to point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So bring in that ankle movement again. Good. So pointing the toes to glide forward, flexing the foot to glide back. Pointing the toes to glide forward and flexing to glide back. Good. So nice and control, keeping that leg at that hip height level. So if you feel your leg is dropping, really watch for keeping that leg at that hip height. So it's really going to challenge those glutes a little bit more. If you want a bit more of a challenge, then we can straighten that lower leg, just reducing that base of support a little bit here. So gliding forwards, gliding back, keeping that control, glide forwards, glide back. Well done. Very good. So you've got a couple of options there to make it a little bit harder or easier. Just pick what's comfortable for you. All the while keeping this leg at that hip height level. Well done. Glide forwards, gliding back. Well done. Moving that ankle if you can, pointing to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Good. Point to glide forward, flex to glide back. A few more here. Gliding forwards and gliding back. Lovely. Glide forwards and glide back. Well done. And one more, gliding forwards and gliding back. And then coming back to that center, lower that leg back down. Well done. Bend those knees up, give that muscle a little rub. So I'm going to drop that leg in front, just give that little stretch out. While we're just resting this top leg, we'll lengthen through that lower leg. And we're just going to lift and lower in that inner thigh. So we're just lifting and lower through that lower leg. Just engaging that inner thigh slightly here while we're here. And lower back down. Good. So we're just lifting and lowering. It's not a big movement. Still keeping my core just gently engaged. And my upper body's nice and relaxed. Good. So lifting and lowering. Lift up and lower. Very good. Lifting and lowering. Good. Lift up and lower. Last few here. Lifting and lowering. Good. Well done. And one more. And lower back down. Very good. Okay. So this time we're going to straighten both legs back out again. Still keeping those hips really stacked on top of each other. That core just gently engaged here. And we're going to lift this top leg up and out to the side. But when we come down this time, we're going to tap the foot in front, lift it back up, and then we're going to tap it behind. Good. So keeping that core engaged, tapping in front, lifting back up. Tapping behind, lifting up. Good. Tapping in front, lift up, and tap behind, lift back up. Well done. Tap in front and up. Tap behind and up. Good. Tap in front and up. Keep that core engaged. Tap behind, lift up. Good. Tap in front, up. Tap behind and lift up. Very good. Good. And up and behind and up. Good. Few more. Tap in front, lift up. Really working those glutes. Tap behind, lift up. Very good. Tap in front and up. And tap behind, keep that core engaged. Tap in front and up. Tap behind. Good. One more. Tap in front and up. And tap behind. Lift up. Well done. And lower that leg down. Well done. Bring those knees in. Have a little rub. And just rest that leg there. Excellent. Okay, so let's come round onto the opposite side to do the same again. So we're going to come round. Bring that block with you just to support your head there. And we're going to come down onto our mat from here. Good. So we're going to straighten out that top leg as we did before to do our side kick movement. So keeping those hips stacked on top of each other, we're going to glide this leg forwards and gliding back. Keeping that leg at that hip height level as you're gliding forwards and gliding back. Good. So remember here, if that felt a bit too much, we can bend the leg and glide forwards, glide back with that knee bent. Or for that little bit more of a challenge, we can straighten that lower leg, glide forwards and glide back with that lower leg straight. So just reduces that base of support, makes it a little bit more challenging through that core. So just pick what's comfortable for you. As we did before, we're adding that little bit of ankle movement in. So we're pointing the toes to glide forward and we're flexing the foot to glide back. So point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Good. All the while, remember, keeping that leg at that hip height level. So that's the challenge, really working those glutes to keep that leg at that hip height level. Well done. And back. So gliding forwards and gliding back. Well done. Glide forwards and glide back. Keeping that core engaged. That leg at that hip height level, really challenging that core and these glutes here. Well done. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point those toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Excellent. Few more here. Gliding forwards and gliding back. Well done. Glide forwards and glide back. Good. Last few. Glide forwards and glide back. Well done. Glide forwards and glide back. And let's do one more time. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Coming back and then lower that leg down. Well done. Bend those legs up. Good. So let's drop that top leg in front. Just give it a little rest here and have a little stretch out of that leg. While we're doing that, we'll lengthen that lower leg and then we're lifting and lowering through that lower leg. Good, so we're just resting that top leg, lifting and lowering through that lower leg, just engaging that inner thigh here. Good, and again, lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. Well done, still keeping that core engaged, that upper body is nice and relaxed here. And we're just lifting and lowering just as far as comfortable. It's not a big movement. That inner thigh, lower leg lift. Good. Lift up and lower. Very good. Still breathing in and out, not holding your breath. Well done. Lift up and lower. Good. Upper body, just so shoulders relaxed. Good. And again, lift up and lower. And one more time. Lift up and lower back down. Very good. Well done. Okay, so from here we're going to straighten both legs out again as we did before. So hips are really stacked on top of each other. That core is just gently engaged. His feet just slightly in front of you. So we're going to lift our top leg up, out to the side, but this time we're going to tap in front, lift back up, and then tap behind, and up. Tap in front, and up, and tap behind. Good. So tap in front, lift up, tap behind, and up. Good. Still keeping that core engaged, and tap behind. Good. Tap in front, lift up, and tap behind, lift up. Good. Tap in front and up. Tap behind and up. Good, well done. Tap in front, lift up. Tap behind. Very good. Tap in front and tap behind. Good. Tap in front and tap behind. Very good. Really working those glutes here. Last few. And tap behind. Good. Tap in front and tap behind. Well done. Tap in front and tap behind. Let's do one last one. Tap in front and tap behind. Good. And then lower that leg down. Well done. Really worked that hard. Bend those legs. Just give that muscle a little rub here. Very good. Okay, so just drop that block down to the side and we're going to come round onto our backs from here. So just coming down onto your back, we're just going to start finding that starting position. So feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Just to begin with, tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis in a nice and neutral position here. That core's gently engaged, ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to get our hips moving with a hip twist movement. So keeping those hip bones pointing up to the ceiling, remember. Don't let those hips roll or rotate. We're really keeping those headlights on those hip bones pointing up to the ceiling. So to begin with, just keeping our feet down, we're just going to let one leg fall out to the side and then bring that leg back to the centre. And the opposite leg opening out and back up. Good. So we're just alternating sides here. Opening out each side through that hip. Good. Remember, I'm keeping those hip bones pointing up to the ceiling, not letting them roll or rotate. So either stay here if that's comfortable, or we can raise one leg up into single tabletop, bring that leg out to the side, folding back and lower back down. Opposite leg lifted, out to the side, folding back and lower. Good. And again, opening out, fold back and lower. If that's comfortable there, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop and we're opening out, folding back. Good. Opening out and then fold back. Well done. So keeping that core engaged, we're just alternating sides here. Now, if you come up into those levels, you might find that your leg won't move quite so far, and that's fine, that's normal, because we're challenging that space support a little bit more, challenging that control further. Good. So opening out, keeping those headlights pointing up to the ceiling, That core's engaged. I'm not feeling too much rolling or rotating. If you are, you just need to make that movement a little bit smaller. So it's just struggling to control that there. So just make that movement slightly smaller. Don't bring that leg quite so far out to the side. Good. So we're opening out and folding back. Very good. A few more here. Opening out and folding back. Very good. And again, opening out and folding back. Lovely. Just do a few more here, keeping that control, opening out and fold back. Very good. Well done. Open and fold back. Lovely. And again, opening out and folding back. Well done. Let's do one more each side here. Opening out and fold back. And then coming back to that center and then lowering those legs back down one at a time, back to that start. Very good. Okay, so we're going to stick with that hip control and do our scissors movement from here. So still keeping that core engaged, we're still in that neutral position. Just tilt that pelvis forwards and back again if you need to. And we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop, keeping this knee at that 90-degree angle. We're going to tap the foot down, lift up and lower. Opposite leg lifted, tap down, back up and lower. And again, lift up, tap down, back up and lower. So we're keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle, tap down, lift up and lower. And again, tap down, lift up and lower. So really controlling that movement. As you lower the leg down, make sure your ribs aren't flaring, you're not letting that back arch. We're keeping that control as we lower that leg. Good. If you're comfortable here, let's come back up into double tabletop position. Still keeping that core engaged, and we're going to tap down, lift up. Tap down, lift up. Good. Making sure it's my hips that's lowering that leg, my knees not bending. Okay, so keeping that angle of the knee the same as you lower the leg. Good. Tap down, lift up. Tap down, lift up. Very good. If you start to feel your back arching or your tummy doming, it's just challenging it that little bit further. So just come back down, reset, and come back up again if you want to, okay? But if you start to lose that control, you're much better to come down, reset, and then start again. So just think what's happening through that center, keeping that control. Good. Well done. Core's engaged. Breathing out as you lower the leg. Breathe in as you come back up if you can. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you come back. Good. Well done. Now if that feels okay, we can challenge this for the last few and go a little bit quicker. So we tap, tap. So we're breathing in for 2 and out for 2. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So just that little bit faster. Just still not holding your breath though. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Very good. A few more here and out. Really working those lower tummy muscles here as well. Very good. And out. Breathing in and out. Very good. And out. And last one, breath in and out. And then coming back up and lowering those legs back down one at a time. Very good. Let's bring those knees in, have a little hug, and just stretch out through that back. Well done. So just breathing in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch, just that little bit further if you can. And again, breath in and out. Relaxing down there. Good. And again, breath in and out. Just sink down just that little bit further. And again, breath in and out. Sinking down that little bit further there. And again, breath in and out. Relaxing down from there. Very good. Good. And then just lowering those legs back down one at a time, coming back to that start position. Very good. Okay, so we're going to work our tummy muscles a little bit more here, a little bit of endurance with our tummies with a hundreds exercise. So we've got a few different levels that I can show you. So we're going to really pulse our arms with this as we're really working our upper body as well. So we pulse our hands like this, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to continue doing that throughout the movement. Now you can either keep those feet down, we can lift one leg into single tabletop while we're doing it, or double tabletop. Your legs in double tabletop, bring those knees and feet together. So we'll start here either with one leg lifted, feet together in double tabletop, or if that's too much, just keep your feet on the mat. So arms lengthened, and we're going to breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Pulsing those hands with purpose. So imagine you're slapping those hands on the surface of water. So we're breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now if that's comfortable here, we can add a little bit of a challenge with some abdo prep. So we're going to keep this head lifted if you can. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you need to, you can just lower the head and then lift back up again as you can. So that's another option. So breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. If you want a little extra challenge, we can straighten our legs. So breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Keep going here if you can. Breathing in and out. Good. Pulsing those hands, really slapping them on that water. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Pulsing those hands and out. Good. Last few here. And out. Breathing in and out. Let's do one more breath in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then lower that head if it's lifted. Lower those feet down one at a time back to that start position. Well done. Okay, so we're going to lengthen through our bodies now with our opposite arm and leg stretch. So really nice just to lengthen out through those hips, those hip flexors here at the front. So either hovering one leg above the floor, or if it's too much, you can slide it along the floor. So pick what's comfortable. And at the same time, we're going to bring the opposite arm above your head and then fold back together. So breathing out as you lengthen away. Breathe in as you fold back together. Good. Breathing out, lengthening away. Breathe in, folding back. Good. Now what I want you to focus on here is thinking about that distance between the ribs and those hip bones. So making sure you're not letting those ribs flare as you lift the arm above your head. So it might be that you're not necessarily trying to touch the floor behind you. It might be just get to there before you're going to lose that control. So that's what you want to think about. Just really keeping that connection, keeping the distance between those ribs and those hip bones the same as you lengthen opposite arm, opposite leg away. Good. And back. So just lengthening through, really nice movement just to feel that little bit taller as you lengthen opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Lengthening away and folding back. If you want to challenge it a little bit more, we can bring our legs up into tabletop and then we just lengthen, keeping that opposite arm and leg lengthening the same. And the other leg just in that tabletop position. Good, so just challenging that centre that little bit further. So that's the other option if you want to. Breathing out as you lengthen, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you lengthen, breathe in as you fold back. Good, and breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Breathing out, breathe in as you fold back. Well done. Breathe in as you fold back. Lovely, so just lengthening through the body here, keeping that core engaged, really keeping that distance between the ribs and those hip bones the same. So you're keeping that centre nice and strong. Well done. And back. Lengthening away and folding back. Good, let's do a few more here. Lengthening away and folding back. Good. Breathing out as you lengthen, breathing in as you fold back. And again. Folding back, lovely. And fold back. And one more each side. And reaching away. And folding back. Well done. And then lowering those legs one at a time. back down to that start position. Let's just bring those knees, have a really quick hug, just to stretch that back. Just breathe in and out here. On that out breath if you can, just sink down that a little bit further if you can. Breath in and out. Just relaxing down from there. Well done. We're just going to lower those legs down one at a time, back to that start. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can, just opening out through that spine, coming back up to that centre. Then opposite side, dropping over, turning that head. And then coming back up. Dropping those knees over, turning that head. Looking that opposite direction, coming back up. And dropping those knees over. So we're just rotating through that spine here. Just really enjoy that stretch. It's just nice to do, opening out and then lifting back up. Good, and then coming back up again. Well done. Dropping those knees over, turning that head. And then coming back up and dropping over again. Well done. So just opening out side to side, dropping the knees over, going back up and over to that opposite side. Good. So just dropping these over, turning that head and then coming back up from here. Lovely. Last few. Just feels really nice to stretch out through that spine. Good. Back up and over. And last one each side. Good. Back up and over to that opposite side. Good. And then back up from there. Well done. Okay, bring those arms back down. So let's just stretch out through our hamstrings now. So knee up to the ceiling, going to lengthen through the back of the leg, using your hand just to support that leg here. And we're just going to feel that stretch through the back of the leg. Good. So just holding that here. Shoulders relaxed, breath in and out. And on that out breath, if you can, just relax into that stretch that little bit further. Good. Breath in and out, relaxing down. Good. Then we're going to just have a little bit of ankle movement here. So we're going to point and flex through the ankle. Just pointing and flexing. Just moving through that ankle here. Good. Pointing and flexing. Very good. Moving through. Well done. Point and flex. And then hold that stretch again, toes pointing up to the ceiling, just length through the back of the leg. Well done. Breath in and out. Very good. And then lower that leg back down. Let's do the same on the other side. So knee up to the ceiling. Going to lengthen through the back of the leg, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Use that hand to support the back of the leg here, just while we're holding this stretch. As before, just breathing in and out, no tension to that upper body. Just relaxing down into that stretch. Just feel that lengthening through the back of the leg here. Well done. Breathing in and out. Good. And then if you can, we're going to point and flex through the ankle. Just moving through that ankle movement here. Well done. And again, pointing and flexing. Good. And then again, just pointing those toes up to the ceiling, holding that stretch here. Very good. Just lengthening through the back of the leg. Breathe in and out. Well done. And then bend that leg back down. Very good. Okay, let's going to stretch out our glutes now. So one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. If you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable, and then holding this stretch here. So just feeling that stretch into those glutes, that upper thigh. And we're just going to relax down into this stretch. So no tension in that upper body. We're just breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, sink down that little bit further. If you want to increase the stretch a bit more, just roll over to that side you're holding slightly, and you'll feel that just increase a little bit more there if you can. Good. So breath in and out. And relaxing down on that out breath. Well done. Breath in and out. Relaxing down into that stretch. Very good. One more breath in and out. Very good. And then we're just going to relax that leg back down. We do the same on the other side. So opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. If you can, we'll bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. And we're holding this stretch here. So just breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just relax down into that stretch just that a little bit further. No tension in that upper body, just keep those shoulders relaxed down. If you want to increase the stretch slightly, just drop over to that side you're holding and you'll feel that just increase a little bit there. Well done. So breathing in and out and relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. And out. Well done. One more breath in and out. Very good. And then just lowering that leg back down from here. Very good. So let's come round up into sitting. Just going to do a few little stretches here. So sitting either with your legs crossed or your legs out in front, or you can sit on a little block if that's a bit more comfortable, however you're comfy. So just sitting with those nice and even weight going through those sitting bones. Just sitting up nice and tall, that neck just lengthened through from here. Shoulders drop down. We're going to bring our elbows into our sides. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're opening out and slowly folding back. Good. So open out through that chest. Just keeping those elbows into your side to begin with. We're going to open out and fold back. Good. And again. So as I open my arms out, I'm just squeezing my shoulder blades gently back and then folding back in. Good. And again, opening out and folding back. Lovely. Good. And back. Now on this next one, we're going to open out, reach those hands away and then fold back in. Good. And again, opening out, reach the hands away and fold back. So just adding that little Cleopatra movement in, reach those hands away and folding back. Good. And again, opening out, reach away and then fold back. Good. And again, open out, reach away. This time we're going to bring our hands up together, fold back down and slowly fold back in. Good. So adding our third movement. So reach away, hands together above your head, back and fold back in. Good. And again, opening out, reach away, bring those hands together, lowering down and fold back. Good. And again, open out, reach away, bring those hands together, lowering back down and fold back in. Very good. Last few. Opening out, reach away, bring those arms above your head, lowering down and fold back in. Very good. Last time. Opening out, reach away, hands together, lowering down and fold back in. Good. And just relax those arms down, relaxing those shoulders. Good. So let's float our hands up to our shoulder height and we're going to do our bow and arrow stretch. So breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach one arm round and back, looking with that head and then coming back to that centre. Good. And again, opening out, round and back and then back to that centre. So just rotating through that upper body, rotating through that neck, just rotating around, looking round and back to that centre. Opening out and folding back. Good. Rotating around and then folding back. Good. So just going as far as comfortable, just rotating through that upper spine and through that neck. Good. Let's do one more each side and then back. And last time and then back to that centre. Relax those arms down, relaxing those shoulders. Good. So place one hand down by your side and we're going to reach over into that mermaid stretch with that opposite arm just to stretch out through that side. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, reaching over. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Very good. And again, drop down. Reach over, lengthening through. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, reaching over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back to that centre. Well done. And just relaxing those shoulders. Just give them a few shoulder rolls there just to relax those shoulders back down. Fantastic. Well done today. I hope you've enjoyed the class and hopefully we'll see you again next time.